What's up, all? Welcome to this week's edition of The Mine. I'm Chase Pami, and hopefully you guys are having a great week. That was a great showing by our kids again this week at the Panther Pummel. Excited to see all these kids learning and doing the things they're being taught and just out there giving maximum effort, right? A lot of these kids got their first win. It was a really exciting weekend. I was not there. We had a camp at the central location for all of our high school kids. We had Oklahoma State in. Oklahoma State is one of the premier programs, one of the most historical programs that we've had in our country. So an opportunity for our high school kids from Gold Rush and other places come in and learn and be inspired. So it was an awesome Sunday. I hope you guys had a great Sunday with your kids. So with that, let's jump into our announcements. I'm going to try and make them shorter each week as I do this, but let's get into it. So this week's tournament is Sunday, December 10th at Shadow Ridge High School. Weigh-ins will be for Central this week will be Tuesday and Thursday night. Okay, Tuesday and Thursday night at the Central location. Those will be your weigh-ins, not weigh-in nights. At the Satellites, your weigh-ins will be on Thursday. As a reminder, if you're not going to make weigh-ins, you need to let your coach know and communicate when you can weigh in so that all gets taken care of. Number two, you must have cash when you get on the weigh-ins. All right, we cannot do Venmo, we cannot do Zelle. Those must come through as cash payments. So please make sure to bring cash. Give your athletes $20 cash when they step on that scale. This weekend, sorry for my little pause there. All right, but this weekend, Coach Sorgani and I will be in Colorado with our travel group. We will have coaches at the tournament at Shadow Ridge on Sunday. We'll have about 30 kids or so up in Colorado. But just as an FYI, we will be up there coaching our travel group. So, but plenty of coaches there to make sure your athletes, your kids are taken care of. As a reminder, coaches from Northwest and Southwest may also jump in your corner or vice versa. Central may jump on a Southwest or a Northwest kids corner. Those are all great things, right? So we encourage our coaches to do that. As you guys know, we've got big programs. So everybody kind of chips in and helps out. So just kind of be aware of that. Make sure I tell you every week, check your athlete's hair. Make sure that there are no weird looking skin infections in their hair. Catch it quick, then we can take care of it. Check their body, check their arms, check their back, check under their arms, check on their legs, check everywhere for anything that doesn't look right. All right. We will continue as a coaching staff to do weekly skin checks, but it is also on you after these tournaments to make sure you check your athletes, clean their gear. All right. Tournaments, bring baby wipes to wipe their skin, to wipe them down after every match or wipe them down after the tournament. Make sure to clean their headgears, wash their shoes, wash their gear immediately. All right. That's how we stop the spread of infection. Every year, it's very hard to manage with big group, but the better that you do, the better the coaches do, the better position we'll be in to manage those kind of things. All right. At the Central location, you need to check lost and found. It is the holiday season. We have got a lot of things in there, and there's a lot of places that are looking for donations. All right. My encouragement to you is when you send your athlete into the wrestling room from now on, make them put their shoes, make them put everything on out in the parent area. That way, when you send them in, they can have their jackets, they can have their shirts, whatever they have inside their bag. So just send them in with their journal, their headgear, and their singlets. All right, obviously their wrestling shoes. Everything else, make them put in their bag before they come in the room. That way, there's not stuff left over. You're not paying for stuff, and we're not having to donate as many things. There's like $60 water bottles in there. So I would take a look in there, see if any of those are yours. All right, let's make sure that those things get picked up in the next week before everything gets donated. All right. Upcoming events, the Beehive Brawl. That is the second weekend in January. Make sure that you guys get registered for that. The earlier, the better. All right. If you have any questions or issues, talk to your coaches, talk to your admins at your locations, get information, and let's get you guys all signed up and ready to go for that. It's coming up quickly. It is hard to get hotel rooms. So the quicker you do that, the easier that will be. The Mayhem and the Mine, that is our tournament. That is the first weekend in January. Next week, we will be sending out signups and items that we will need for that tournament to sell We will also need plenty of volunteers for that tournament. So be on the lookout for those sign-up sheets. We want to get those things in and make that as smooth as possible. Last year was great. Everything went really well. I look forward to doing that tournament again, and it'll be a great time. That's that first weekend in January. I believe it's January 5th or 6th. All right. A couple other things coming up. The Youth Intensive Camp. Hey, great opportunity for you parents during the holiday season. Let your kids get some extra work. That is December 18th, 19th, and 20th. All right. The sessions go from about 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning to about 1 o'clock. All right. At that point, you have the opportunity to pick your kid up, or if you want to leave them here until their 4:30 or 5 o'clock practice, there's a little extra fee on top of that, right? We got to pay for staffing to be here and watch the kids. But that is that is an option for you guys who want to leave your kids over. 7 through 13 years old for the camp. All right. If a kid is 5 or 6 years old, you will need to get approval by their coach to say yes, they can go. It is a pretty intense camp. I'm not going to lie. It is pretty tough. So we want to make sure that these kids are ready to go, and 4 hours of wrestling is a lot, right? So make sure you check with your coaches on that. You can register online on goldrushwrestling.com. Last two things, the high school clinic series is coming up. You high schoolers who have friends that are in their first or second year, hey, tell them about it. Have them register online. This is a great opportunity for them to learn basics, learn fundamentals, right? And get a little more individualized attention. Last year, we had about 15, 20 kids. These practices go every Sunday. You can register online for that as well. Great opportunity for kids to get a little more wrestling and get some time working on their basics and fundamentals. And then last thing here, the volunteer event. We're going to have a volunteer event. Part of our core mission, our core value is volunteering, being out in the community, having a presence. Is going to be on December 17th, 2023. So about a week and a half away. It will be at the Walmart in Centennial. It will be Toys for Tots, Burn Foundation, 9 to 12:30. All right, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. At which kids will be handing out the gifts that come in. Every year we do we have kids bring presents to Central, and it's really cool. But this year, I think we want to take that another level and be able to have these kids be at that event, hand that out, see the impact that they're having in the community, right? We want to be involved in the community. We want to have a presence among our community. All right. We will talk a little bit more in January. We'll have a parent meeting about our nonprofit and how that will all be used moving forward. We understand there are a lot of travel fees and things that are coming your way. So as a way to help you as parents send your kid on these trips that we go to all different parts of the country, we will do our part to help fundraise and work together to do it. But we will have a mandatory parent meeting for all those that are traveling, high school and youth. More information to come on that in January. All right. Have a great week. Continue to get to the next best place. I'm Chase Pami. Let's keep mining for gold on and off the mat.